guys, sorry it's been such a while. I've been really busy, and actually I have something pretty cool to show you guys that's not really has to do with the garden, but it's pretty cool, and it's going to kind of change some certain parts of videos later on when I'm doing stuff in the kitchen. So maybe you guys got the hint, but I'll show you guys anyways, and it's pretty crazy. I still can't even get used to it. I think it'll take a while to get used to, but I will show you really quick, and then we'll get on with the actual video.
Alright,
Stay tuned.
so as you can see, there is not a kitchen here anymore. They have completely ripped out our kitchen, and it actually looks a lot bigger in here. But yeah, I mean, that's where the fridge used to be, so where all the countertops used to be, and yeah. So we can't actually like walk through any doors, so I'm kind of limited to just the main door here, but they just started today, and as you can see, they ripped up the floor too, and yeah, so everything's going to be a lot different, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be a good change, so I'm excited to do some cool new videos in here, and hopefully we're going to get a new stove, and we're going to get a dishwasher, and a new sink, and some new countertops and stuff, so it's going to be really cool. I'm really excited, and yeah, so I just thought I'd show you guys that. It's pretty random, but nonetheless, it's going to kind of change the way I do videos in here. So it's exciting nonetheless. So now I'm going to go back to the garden, and I'll show you guys what's been going on. Alright, so first thing to start off with is the squashes, pumpkins, watermelons, gourds, etc., etc. These are going to the cottage, and some are staying here, but most are going to the cottage. I have the field pumpkins. They've sprouted, and then my giant pumpkins are not sprouted yet. I don't even know if they're going to. They were a little damaged, but either way, I'm still waiting on them. And then my chilacayote, I hope that's how you pronounce that. They're a pretty rare variety of squash. They come from the Central America region, and they're from, I want to say, an Incan. It's like an Incan squash, but I could be wrong on that, so don't hold me to it totally. And then some tomatoes, and then over here, just now sprouting, is the early prolific straight neck squash. We love our squashes here. And then that's all it's sprouted, but I mean, I have some green zucchini that has not yet sprouted yet. And then I also have some old-fashioned watermelon. They have not sprouted. And I have black diamond watermelon. They have not sprouted. And then I also have some crimson sweets that have not sprouted. So they might be taking a little bit longer, but I will tell you guys when they do sprout. And then down here, I just have some of my cantaloupe, and they have not sprouted either. So I'll keep you guys informed when that happens. Now I'm going to show you guys the garden and what's been growing on. This is one of my competition tomatoes. It's not, I mean, I'm going to have a ton of them. Everything I'm growing will be a competition tomato, but this is the one I'm breeding specifically for just massive size. And I mean, as you can see, it's really healthy. It's really green, and I have it in this 8-gallon pot here, and it is putting out some flowers, and it's called Virginia Sweet. It's a kind of a rare variety, but it's comes from the Virginia area, and so I'm pretty excited to grow it because it's gonna be a fun one to grow. So now I'm gonna show you the rest of the garden. I got my herbs coming up. I have cilantro, and then thyme, and then I just now got some basil to sprout, as you can see there. Then here's some Kellogg's breakfast tomatoes. They're doing okay. We had a lot of rain. But here's some blue curled Scotch kale. These are all doing pretty nicely. I'm going to transplant them pretty soon. And then here's some Chinese kale. This is sparse, but it's coming up. And then this is all my marigolds. They're coming out pretty profuse, and I'm going to transplant them up at the cottage in between my tomato plants because I like going organic, and the marigolds will keep rabbits and other pests out of the garden. As you can see, my lettuces are filling out really great. They are getting pretty big, and like I said before, the only thing I'm watering them with is compost tea. Going all organic again. I got some blood meal in here for the nitrogen, and that's just about it. I pretty much like to stay away from synthetic fertilizers, and I know a lot of people out there that do as well. If you guys, like I always say though, if you guys do grow with synthetic fertilizers, I'm not going to be giving you guys any flack. It's a growing style. Everyone has their own growing style. This is just me teaching you guys how I grow and how there's different methods, and I think it's just like anything, that with different methods or different beliefs or different just habits, it's nice to know what else is out there, just to give a little variety, because without variety, what would the world be? So, just, again, don't worry about it if you guys don't grow with organics, because it is expensive and it is a little bit complicated at times. So sometimes people believe that simple is easier, and that's just how some people think, and that's totally fine. But anyways, yeah, so I got some right here. This is my iceberg. It's starting to almost head up, and then my butterscotch, my bib, my butter crunch bib lettuce, and then I have some romaine, and then I have some red romaine, and then I have some more romaine right there, and then over there is some spinach. So I was also going to show you, I'm growing this maple tree from seed because it's really beautiful. I really like the color, and I just I saw it growing in the yard and I didn't want to kill it because I don't know. I don't like killing things. Just could be probably me. And as you can see here, it is getting very overgrown, but in a good way. Overgrown is good. I water all of these with compost tea. Yes, I do manage to get compost tea in here. And I have to apparently move the tables up a little bit because they're hitting their heads. I just noticed that too. I haven't actually been in here for about half a day, and already stuff's starting to get crazy. It's constant maintenance, but it's maintenance in a good way. I mean, like as you can see here, these varieties are just crazy thick stemmed and very healthy. And also, I was going to show you, I have some tomatoes actually forming in here. If I can find them, I'll show you for sure. Look at the tomato! It's actually going to be a really big tomato. It's a super bloom. So anytime you have a super bloom, it's when you have more than one tomato flower fused together. And as you can see, it looks like there's at least 3. And here's a shot you guys haven't seen in a while. These are all my tomato cages in the boxes with the tomatoes. And yes, those are weeds. Don't look at my weeds. I'm going to be putting beans in there pretty soon. This is, I believe, the first week they've been in the ground, first complete week. And they have a little bit of damage from the harsh sun, but I'm not too concerned because I know that everything else coming out is fresh and green, very healthy looking. And a lot of them are putting out a ton of flowers, as you can see there, right there. They're just doing really great. And here's my big Zacks. And as you can see, my big Zack, if I can't get it to focus, my big Zack has a super bloom on it. Or mega bloom, sorry. But yeah, I mean, everything's putting out a lot of flowers. I also have another mega bloom on this one. As you can see, there's actually three flowers fused into this one. So those are gonna make some huge tomatoes. And I don't know what it is this year, but these are beautiful. I mean, I've never grown the big Zack variety, but I mean, these are huge flowers. And then you have, of course, the Virginia Sweets, or the vintage wines, sorry. These are the vintage wines. And then the giant Belgiums, which are very green, still small, but very green, very tight, and doing pretty well. And then I also have beans, or not beans, sorry, these are peas. Some sweet peas that are just sprouting up here. I'm gonna trellis them up this pretty tall trellis there. Then I got my cabbages that are all doing really great. They're starting to fold out, and then hopefully they're gonna start heading up. I really hope they do. Then over here are my potatoes. It's really surprising how much sprouts in like a week when you're not, it's been only 6 days since my last update and everything's just exploded back here. I mean, my spinach, we've been harvesting spinach for the past 2 weeks now. It's great. We have like full spinach salads, and my broccoli is doing pretty decent. And this broccoli is doing very decent. These leaves are getting a lot bigger, which is good. Something keeps biting off this one, probably because it's close to the edge of the bed. I'll have to dust with some diatomaceous earth and stuff. My carrots are getting really sizable, and I mean, although I probably do need to space them, they're definitely doing pretty good for how old they are. And I also have an update on the parsnips, which are still far and few between, but nonetheless, if I can't find one, the problem is, okay, right here. The problem is when I seeded, I didn't do rows, I just kind of sprinkled them in here. And so they're kind of far and few between, and I might have to reseed a little bit, but they're coming up. And I got some red onions in here that are just kind of coming up here and there. And then my spinach is all doing great. I mean, this spinach is huge and really crisp. I mean, these leaves are like, you can hear them. They're just extremely crisp. So I again will vouch for the compost tea as working. And then I got some Swiss chard coming up from seed, self-seeding. It's gonna be pretty nice to have it in here. I also have to finish weeding, but my other Swiss chard down here is doing pretty good. As you can see, these are really vibrant red. And then I got some orange. And then I also have some tango lettuce that I transplanted, and it's doing really great. So that is all I have for now. Hopefully I'll have more in the ground soon. I'll be planting cucumbers and some herbs and some beans. So this garden's gonna be in full force pretty soon. You just gotta be patient. And hopefully you guys all enjoyed, and hopefully you guys will remember to grow big or go home. Till next week, talk to you guys later. Bye.